My name is Joe. These are just opinions. I am Joepinionated. Today on Joepinionated List, Music Edition, counting down top 50 songs from American songwriting, jazz, blues musician Tom Waits. Thomas Allen Waits was born on December 7th, 1949 in Whittier, California. Number 50 all-time Joepinionated List, greatest Tom Waits songs. I'm going with Grapefruit Moon off of Closing Time from 1973, his debut album. This is just a slow, beautiful, lounge type song. His voice at this time this is his first record. His voice is very soft, almost delicate. I'm also going to say that my wife would listen to that one. And I think that on the Tom Waits one, this is what a lot of my buddies are looking for. That one is wife friendly. Number 49 all-time Joepinionated List comes off of 2002's Alice. And the song is Flower's Grave. And tell me who will put the flowers on the flower's grave. So in 2002, Tom Waits put out the two albums, Alice and Blood Money. I love Alice. Blood Money, not for me. Number 48, Joepinionated List, Tom Waits songs, comes off of 1978's, comes off of Blue Valentine, his version of Somewhere from West Side Story. I got a thing for people that are singing passionately. Number 47 comes from 1976's Small Change. The song is Invitation to the Blues. As jazzy as Small Change is, really kind of did his own thing on this one. And this is where he really kind of started to transform. I'm pretty sure this one was recorded in the studio. Previous album was recorded live. This was kind of like his statement. This album was very different than anything that had come out before it, bridging new genres and with this very jazz bluesy thing on the verge of vaudeville. Number 46 comes off of 1976's The Heart of Saturday Night, which I believe was his second album. The song is Please Call Me Baby. This album and Closing Time, the one before it, I think that anybody would like them. Gonna go out on the town and get a little tipsy, that sort of thing. Tom Waits kind of lived the hobo lifestyle somewhat, sort of. You know, he liked to kind of, or like a method hobo almost, and wanted his surroundings to be dirty and out of sorts and stuff like that because he felt like then he could kind of write from that place. Number 45 all-time Joepinionated List comes off of 1975's Nighthawks at the Diner, recorded live in front of an audience. The song is Warm Beer and Cold Women. Warm beer and cold women, no, I just don't fit in. And the platinum blondes and the tobacco brunettes, I'll just be drinking to forget. I light another cigarette. Number 44 comes off of 1983's Swordfish Trombones. The song is Frank's Wild Years. Tom, when he was touring back at this point and a little before this too, he kind of had... He didn't tour too much once he started a family, but back then he was touring for pretty much every album. He had like stage setup, which is basically like a street corner, like a street lamp, maybe like a fake frontage of a restaurant. Number 43 comes off of his second record, The Heart of Saturday Night, and it's the title track, Looking for the Heart of Saturday Night. With your arm around your sweet one in your Oldsmobile, barreling down the boulevard, looking for the heart of Saturday night. Number 42 all time comes off of 1999's Mule Variations. The song is Picture in a Frame. This is the copy my buddy Tristan bought me, and it's funny because the CD is not in it anymore. My car got broken into a bunch of times and everything's stolen. For some reason, they never want to take Tom Waits. Number 41 comes off of One from the Heart soundtrack he did. A lot of songs feature Crystal Gale. It was sort of seen as like a low point, and I wouldn't say it's my least favorite Tom Waits album. It's just sort of the most disappointing to me for some reason. For number 41, I've got Take Me Home with Crystal Gale. Number 40 comes off of his second album, The Heart of Saturday Night. The song is Drunk on the Moon. It's another jazzy lounge song from his earlier records. This song's got a kind of a Randy Newman sort of feel. I think Randy Newman is another guy that worked with Tom quite a bit down the road. I think. Actually, fuck, that could be wrong. Number 39 comes from 1983's Swordfish Trombones. The song is Underground. Into the later vaudeville stuff, the carnival pirate sound and Tom Waits. Swordfish Trombones is his first album with that. Number 39 comes off of 1985's Rain Dogs. The song is Rain Dogs. Rain Dogs, the album had Keith Richards on it quite a bit. I go back and forth on this one. I like Swordfish Trombones more than Rain Dogs. But the two albums are kind of in the same era. There's a little bit of barking going on in this one. Big Bad Wolf. Tom Waits going on in this one a little bit. Number 37 comes off of a compilation record, The Early Years. And I think that Tom wasn't too happy, actually, that these songs came out. They did. They came out in 1993. Yeah, 1993. One of my favorite songs off of these albums is called Blue Skies. Very bluesy. And that's kind of how he started off, the Mississippi John Hurt influence. And number 36 comes off a 1980s Heart Attack and Vine. The song is Ruby's Arms. Heart Attack and Vine is, I think that Tom only plays the guitar on this one, on this album, if I'm not mistaken. Number 35 comes off a Closing Time, 1973. The song is Martha. This song really reminds me of John Prine. If you like John Prine, you're going to like the song Martha by Tom Waits. It's a very bare bones Tom Waits album, his first album. Number 34 comes off of 1980s, Heart Attack and Vine. The song is Heart Attack and Vine. I'm not sure if Mark Ribot's on this one. I'm not sure, because I think Mark Ribot's kind of young, but maybe I'm wrong. But this one really sounds like him. He'd always have like really great musicians with him. Number 33, Tom Waits' song Joepinionated List, comes off of Blue Valentine. The song is Romeo is Bleeding. If you listen to the album, that's one thing, and it's just sort of this scat beatnik thing. It's Kerouac. Hearing him live, total improvisation, where it reminds, in Canada, we had Gord Downey. He could just kind of do this sort of improvisation thing with the Tragically Hip. You know, we tell these amazing stories in the middle of the song. Nobody would like to hear stories from more than Tom Waits. I mean, he's just an incredible storyteller. Just when he's speaking in a lot of these songs, that's basically what he's doing. He's just speaking. This one is a great example of one of those songs that I love. And I really love the live versions a lot more than the studio version. The performance, right? And that's part of his thing. He's a performer. Number 32 for the Tom Waits Greatest 50 Songs Joepinionated List comes off 1977's Foreign Affairs. The song is Muriel. I think this is the album. I think this is when Tom was with Bette Midler, Ricky Lee Jones. I think he was with Bette Midler at this point. I think she might have been on this record. And I noticed that she was at his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, so there must still be friends, obviously, or they were at that point. Neil Young inducted Tom into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, last one on this list, number 31, comes off in 1978's Blue Valentine. The song is Kentucky Avenue. Tom, it's all or nothing. You've either shut this video down 15 minutes ago or whenever it started. For those that are still listening, the first couple albums are the ones that you can play for the wives in general. And a lot of these songs that I have on this list, I'll mention if they're kind of abrasive, or husbands or whatever, your partner. Number 30 all time comes off in 1974 is The Heart of Saturday Night. The song is Shiver Me Timbers. And a similar song off the same record comes in at number 29, San Diego Serenade. Tom just has this amazing stage presence, and I suggest you check out him live throughout the years, him doing interviews and performances on talk shows. Number 28 comes off in 1973's Closing Time, his debut record, Old Shoes and Picture Postcards. This one's just an old country, folk, blues rock, Dylan-esque track. Number 27 comes off of 1986's Frank's Wild Years, Way Down in a Hole. This is the first Tom Waits CD that I owned. Frank's Wild Years. This is one that I can't seem to get a hold of on vinyl. This song also was featured on the TV series The Wire. Number 26, I start to this is where everything from here on out is like an absolute favorite of mine. Number 26 comes off in 1976's Small Change, and the song is Piano Has Been Drinking. The piano has been drinking, not me. The telephone's out of cigarettes. The menus are all freezing. Number 25 all time, 16 Shells from a 30-06. This one, it's a bit of a screamer. This one really reminds me of Nick Cave. The guitar work on this one is incredible. Again, number 24 all time, Joepinionated List, comes off of Blue Valentine, and it's the title track, Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine's like half-forgotten dreams, like a pebble in my shoe as I walk these streets, and the ghost of your memory, baby, it's a thistle in the kiss. It's a tattooed broken promise I've got to hide beneath my sleeve. Number 23 comes off of 1976's Small Change. One of my early favorites. I actually fell in love with Rod Stewart's version of this on that Rod Stewart Live Unplugged, when everybody like Eric Clapton and Nirvana and everybody was doing unplugged stuff. Rod Stewart did one and it was a pretty big deal. He did this one on there. It's Tom Schubert's Blues, Four Sheets to the Wind in Copenhagen. I always think of Waltzing Matilda. Well, number 22, Jess, You're Gonna Kill Me, comes off of Closing Time, 1973. Let's hope that I don't fall in love with you. I gotta admit, it is probably one of his prettiest songs. I think it's almost a consensus top 10 for Tom Waits' song. All right, number 21 comes off of 1999's Mule Variations, the opening track, Big in Japan. Reminds me of the day that my buddy Tristan bought this for me on my birthday. It was a pretty epic day. There might have been some mud. There might have been a song written about it. I don't know if I got that song, but Tristones, I'll have to see if we can dig that up. It was an epic day, and it was an epic time putting this in my buddy Tristan's Daytona, cranking it up. It sounded great. Yeah, Les Claypool's on this one. Pretty funky. Number 20 comes off of 1973's Closing Time, his debut album. The song is Old 55. This one's a classic. It's been covered by Bruce Springsteen. It's one of the first songs he wrote. Number 20 is Old 55. The next song I prefer off the live album, Big Time, the song is Time. Big Time was a movie that he put together. The soundtrack ranks so high on my list. Probably my most listened to Tom Waits album would be Big Time. Number 18 comes off of 1973's Closing Time, and it's the track Rosie. Number 18 all time Joepinionated list, Rosie. Number 17 comes from 1977's Foreign Affairs. The song is Burma Shave. Some Tom Waits songs are storytelling. I mean, a lot of them are. If you want to hear storytelling, Nighthawks at the Diner is probably the best album for that. Number 16 comes off of 2002's, in my opinion, masterpiece, Alice. The song is Everything You Can Think. Dig deep in your heart for that little red glow. We're decomposing as we go. This one's a real carnival pirate song. Number 15 comes off of 2004's Real Gone. The song is Make It Rain. She took all my money and my best friend. You know the story. Here it comes again. I have no pride. I have no shame. You gotta make it rain. I need the whip of thunder and the wind's dark moan. I'm not able. I'm just Cain. Open up the heavens and make it rain. Number 14 all time comes off of 1987's Frank's Wild Years. The song is Innocent When You Dream. And this is the song that got me into Tom Waits initially. Not to the same level that some of the other ones got me into down the road. I got this from BMG Music in Canada, similar to Columbia House. You got 10 CDs for a cent. This was one of the ones I got because of watching the movie with William Hurt and Harvey Keitel. There's this long story that Harvey Keitel tells to have this song playing in the background. I just loved the movie when I was a teenager and watching all kinds of weird artsy-fartsy shit. This is actually the song. I just love the term, you're innocent when you dream. Number 13 comes off of Blue Valentine from 1978, and the song is Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis. Charlie, I'm pregnant and living on 9th Street. It's this letter, this person sending a letter to somebody else, kind of telling them how they've cleaned up, they're going to get right on track and stuff like that, but they're broke, and pregnant. And I could have just done a top 50 list of Tom Waits story songs, because I got a shitload of runner-ups that you can look at in the description. The whole playlist is in there, and they're all somewhat in order. Number 12 comes off a 1980s Heart Attack and Vine. The song is Jersey Girl, famously covered by Bruce Springsteen. An incredible song. When Tom wants to put on the soft and the pretty, he can definitely do it. Just one of the best songs, period, ever written. Number 11, last one on this little bunch, and then off to the top 10 in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe this shit. Otherwise, I'm probably going to starve to death. It comes off of Mule Variations. The song is Hold On. Some of these songs mean a lot to me, and this one's definitely one of them. This is another guy that just knows how long a song should be. You're always satisfied. Nothing's ever too short either. Tom Petty song, honestly. Some Wildflowers shit. Song number 10 comes off of the album from 2002, Alice. It's the title track, Alice, the first song. Love this album. Number 9 comes off of 1987's Frank's Wild Years, Cold, Cold Ground. Number 8, all-time Joepinionated list, Tom Waits songs. Bringing it off of 1988's Big Time. The song is Strange Weather. This song has a real, villain from Disney sound to it. It sounds like Ursula could be singing the song. Number 7 all-time Tom Waits songs comes off of 1975's Nighthawks at the Diner. The song is Eggs and Sausage in a Cadillac with Susan Mickelson. Eggs and sausage and a side of toast, coffee and a roast. Number 7, eggs and sausage. Number 6 comes off of 1985's Rain Dogs, and the song is Downtown Train. Downtown Train from 1985's Rain Dogs. Okay, top 5 Tom Waits songs. These are all interchangeable. I love the little story lead into it on Big Time as well. The song is the Train song. So number 6 was Downtown Train, and number 5 was the Train song. And a lot of his songs are like these hobo on the road songs and hopping trains and living this sort of underbelly lifestyle thing. Number 4, Tom Waits songs, comes off of 1983's Swordfish Trombones. And once again, I preferred the live versions, and there's a great version on Big Time, but any live version will do. The song is Jonesburg, Illinois. It's spelled Johnsburg, but he kind of pronounces it Jonesburg, so maybe it is Johnsburg. 3 all-time Joepinionated list Tom Waits songs. I think he wrote it for David Letterman for his last performance on Letterman. He says, "This is for you, Dave." And the song is Take One Last Look. Take One Last Look. I'm a big Dave Letterman fan. Number 2, all-time Joepinionated list for Tom Waits songs. Comes off of 1999's Mule Variations. The song is Chocolate Jesus. Don't go to church on Sundays. I don't get on my knees and pray. Don't memorize no books of the Bible. I got my own special way. I know that Jesus loves me, maybe just a little bit more, as I fall down on my knees every Sunday at Zerelda candy store. All right, long way coming to here we are. We're at number 1 all-time Joepinionated list. And number 1 all-time comes off of, there was a 3-album compilation. This comes off the Ballers album, so it's a 3-record set. Song number 1 all-time Joepinionated list is Long Way Home. Money's just something you throw off the back of a train. Got a head full of lightning and a hat full of rain. Tom Waits came up in the beat Kerouac scene into blues and amazing jazz piano and singing. After establishing himself in that world, he kind of transformed after apparently getting into Captain Beefheart vaudeville out there, experimental, creative thing mixed with his love for theater too. And so a lot of his stuff is kind of written around plays or sounds like pirate music sometimes. He's incredibly private in his personal life, which I respect. He married Kathleen Brennan in 1980. He was with Bette Midler for a period of time. When he first started off, he was singing a lot of Bob Dylan and even Red Solving, Phantom 309. My dad was a truck driver, so I definitely heard that song growing up. And he wrote some originals like Old 55 and I Hope I Don't Fall in Love with You. But up until Swordfish Trombone, he did a lot of jazz piano, singing style stuff, lounge type music. They call it like Saturday night music. And his sound kind of changed, kept experimenting right till the end. My wife can't stand 90%, I should say, more of Tom Waits' music. She just finds his voice to be too abrasive. Not me. Tom Waits is like a hero to me. Whether his old persona is reality or just a big show, and it's hard to know, Tom Waits would be my all-time bucket list artist to be able to see live. After I got into Tom, a couple years after I got into Tom Waits, I was working at a Christmas tree farm. I had the entire discography for Tom Waits, and I played it in a row, like over the course of a few days. And that was really weird. But I just got kind of locked in on this character. It's almost like watching The Wire or something like that. If you watch the first 20 seconds, you're not going to get into it. But you gotta kind of gotta give into it or want to get into it, and that's how it worked for me. It was a pretty good start to listen to everything we had up till about Blood Money and Alice. I ended up falling in love with the live stuff, but I'll get into those tales as the songs come up. Okay, Tom Waits studio albums. He has Closing Time, 1975, The Hardest Saturday Night from 1974, Nighthawks at the Diner, 1975, Small Change, 1976, Foreign Affairs, 1977, Blue Valentine, 1978, Heart Attack and Vine, 1980, Swordfish Trombones, 1983. That's the first one he did on the next label, which was Island, and that was the first one he did after getting married. Rain Dogs, 1985, Frank's Wild Years, 1987, Bone Machine, 1992, The Black Rider, 1993, Mule Variations, 1999, Alice, 2002, and I believe on the same day, Blood Money, 2002, Real Gone, 2004, and Bad As Me in 2011. There's also compilations and stuff like that he's done too, but they'll come up along the way. Aside from the writing and performing, he's also been in a lot of really cool movies and done some. He's an excellent actor. Some of those movies are Rumblefish, The Outsiders, Coffee and Cigarettes, Bram Stoker's Dracula, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, Licorice Pizza, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Thank you, Tom Waits, for putting out so many awesome records. To my kids, check out Tom Waits, Start at the Top. Start at number 1, work your way down until you just can't take anymore. This has been another Joepinionated list. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. There's a whole bunch of other videos. I'm sorry I'm a little low on facts and high on opinions. Forever grateful to Tom Waits. Respect.